Now it's going to be Mr. Naveen Mishra, who is a director and business leader with 19 plus years of edutech products and business. A director sales in PowerSchool, leading K2 education technology, supporting over 45 million students in over 70 countries. We welcome you, sir. Please. Naveen, sir, has built a high-performance team, led complex customer engagement, and built a business and grown up. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Time2Grow. Since morning, I had a privilege to listen to many of the dignitaries. A lot of learning for me, and I'm sure like every one of you are having the same experience. I think ma'am has already introduced what I'm doing here. I would like to start my presentation by giving a brief about what PowerSchool is doing and why we are there, and what is our objective when we are coming to India. So we are a 2-decade-old organization, and we are basically in North America. We have more than 90 plus districts, who are 90% of the districts are using our platform in North America. We started our journey in 1997. This was started by 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 with an intent of providing technology to school and kind of freedom to the teachers, right? And what kind of freedom? When I'll take you through my presentation, I'll explain you. After 1997, when 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 started it got acquired in 2001 by Apple. Apple ran the show till 2005 before they decided to get into purely hardware business. In 2006, it got acquired by Pearson. Pearson ran the show till 2014 before Vista Equity Partner actually acquired us in 2015. And since then, we are a Vista company. There is a great news which I would like to, it's there. So there is a great news I would like to share with you all is that we are a listed company now. We got listed in 2021. And in our journey, so when Vista acquires, we were having 𝗟𝗶 as one of our product, which is a homegrown product. But then later we thought of solving a lot of technological problems through inorganic growth. So we acquired a lot of companies during our journey. Few of our recent acquisition, which we are very proud of, is like Kickboard, Kinvolved. Kickboard is into social and emotional skill. So when I was hearing to one of the presentation where the sir was talking about post-pandemic, students are facing a lot of difficulty, or challenges while facing studies, and there are a lot of behavioral issues which is being noticed by not only by the private institutions, even with the government. So keeping that in mind, Kickboard is another solution which we have introduced in North America. And Kinvolved is basically a communication tool which is helping and solving the problem of streamlined communication. We also acquired 𝗟𝗏, which is an acquisition which talks about lesson planning. So all these acquisitions is solving some or other challenges which institutions are facing today. And these all acquisitions are based on technology. So we are going to evolve ourselves. We introduced our products in India 6 months back. We launched 𝗙ecie as one of our product in India, and which is an LMS solution, which I'm going to explain to you while we'll move forward with the presentation. Though we are present in India since 2017, so we have close to 1,400 employees here in India who are supporting or giving a back office support to US, and we are here based out of Bengaluru. And while serving a lot of these districts in, from India, we thought of introducing some of these products in India. By the way, our CEO, Mr. 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 is also an Indian, so he has that, interest that there should be some impact which can be created in India, and that's how we have launched ourselves 6 months back through 𝗙ecie.
But most important.
Sorry, I'm using it.
But most important are the people who show up at just the right time, ready to lend a hand. Because we don't just learn from perfect conditions. We learn from false starts, roadblocks, and moments of heartbreak. From the ups and downs of the journey and the people who guide us through. It's time for students to have tools that help them succeed on their own terms, and for educators and parents to have technology that puts them on the same team. To unlock possibilities and break barriers for students, they require the latest innovations at their fingertips. That's why we're here, to support their potential with the technology they need to succeed, because every student deserves the best opportunities in life, no matter where they're coming from or where they're going. PowerSchool.
So this is a small AV which talks about what PowerSchool is doing. And we have product which is in unified talent, which is in unified classroom. And so we have created a wheel in which we have created multiple product lines. And this wheel, one or other aspect of wheel is actually solving some or other technological problem which institution is facing. With that, I'll move forward. So there are some statistics which I want to share with you is that close to 70% of districts in North America, students in North America are using our product. We are present in 90 plus countries. So when we talk about we are present in 90 plus countries, this is basically an organic growth. So we are basically focused in North America, but there are certain institutions who have visited US or have seen us in some or other schools. They really like the product and they wanted to use it. So that's how they reached out to our team, and we have deployed our product to some of these institutions, and that's how we are present in 90 plus country. We have close to 7,000 plus higher ed, higher ed institutions working with us. There are certain awards which we have won. The list is there. The Cody Award has been there with us, and CX Innovator Award is there with us, which we have shown here. Yeah, so in Asia, we are in 500 plus schools. Some of the institutions who are using our product is 𝗟𝗄. We have Weinberg Allen, who is a renowned institution of Missouri, who is using our program. And we also have a lot of American schools who are using our program. They are international schools. They are using multiple products. But with 𝗟𝗄 and other institutions, we are present with 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗏.
We created 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗏 in 2009 really with the mission of continuously advancing what's possible in education. At the click of a button, you can personalize education, you can assess student strength and weakness, you can grow student outcomes like you've never been able to do before. 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗏 is a learning management system that simplifies the teaching and learning process by connecting people with all of the tools that they need in one simple platform. 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗏 has made it possible for the boundaries of the classroom to be extended beyond just the brick and wall. The reality is that people are online all the time. Students and learners have devices in their pockets, and they expect that same sort of immediacy from education. The goal for us has been to be able to deliver that kind of experience anytime, anywhere, and on any device. One of the core things that's great about 𝗟𝗏𝗏 is the focus on communication and collaboration. And what we've tried to do is make that a core part of the platform so that it's infused in students' learning and teachers' teaching every single day. Those are two elements that are so critical for success in life in general. We see it all the time where educators are actually collaborating with other educators, not just within the same institution, not even in the same region, but potentially even broader around the world, across the country. And they're sharing not only ideas, but resources, best practices, even sometimes full lessons and units that can be used in other people's coursework. Everything is right at their fingertips.
So this is a small AV about 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, and close to 60,000 plus schools are using our platform. The interesting fact is like we started 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 in 2009, and when actually there are very few people who are talking about LMS. It's been last 2 years, when pandemic hit all of us and our life changes, and we have started learning technology. People have understood the importance of LMS. Still we have not actually discovered the full utility of LMS when we talk about, have discussion with some of the institutions. So when they say that they are using some or other LMS functionalities, basically they are using a video conferencing tool. Right, so there is a lot to know about LMS and what it can do, whether you are in, when you're having a school running offline, when you're having a school running online, and when you have, a school running hybrid. So in all the scenarios, some of these tools can really help you bring efficiency and effectivity in your teaching learning process. We are there, as I mentioned, 10 plus years, in the market, yeah. Very interesting statistics which talks about, because we are having more than 90% districts using our platform, we have 99.98% uptime. So it's hardly, at any point of time our system is down. Yeah. Now, so I'll talk from is actually impacting the life of all the stakeholders. So we all know that in institutions we have teachers, we have students, we have parents, and the principals, administrators. So they have their own challenges, they have different sets of problems they are facing on day-to-day basis, and how actually we are solving through our solution. It's like when we talk about teachers, they do not have enough time, they are not having freedom. In some of the institutions where I have visited, interacted with teachers, teachers was mentioning that the content was never been an issue. They have content. Even when I was taught, my teacher has delivered a content which was very, very effective, and I learned through it. So content was never been a challenge. The challenge was the delivery of content. And this is actually, a very interesting fact, like, when you move around, we are talking about 3D content and a lot of video content and all. It's very interesting to see, but then that's not the challenge. The challenge is how you'll deliver it to the last mile, how the students are going to use it, how the teacher is going to use effectively. If you have a content which is being lined, in the school and it's not being used effectively, then it has no meaning. So that's one of the challenge which teachers are facing, and the second is that how they can actually get great analytics coming to them. So they are not able to track whether the child needs a personalized intervention. In this environment where we have, when we talk specifically about India, is that we have 40 students being taught by one teacher. And it's very difficult for our teachers to reach to each and every child. And how to address differential learning, sometimes we are not able to find great tools to address it. It's like, if you want to give personalized intervention, you have to have one teacher for every child, and that's what personalization means too. Right? So we do not have so many teachers, and that's another challenge we are facing. When we talk about students, like, they lack inspiration, right? They are not very, very motivated. The second thing which, the challenge is that they're coming, the learners have become smart. They have various, exposures. They can search through browsers. They have learned so many different things, and they come back to teacher and talk about it. That, ma'am, can you, or sir, can you explain it? And they're also, the struggle start with the teacher. So learner is coming with a lot of upgraded information. The parents are not having, the real-time information. It's like parent can be one of the collaborator in teaching learning process. It should not be like, once I'm sending my child to school, my work is done. It's not like, the teacher's responsibilities is there to make my ward do well in studies. It's like parent is an equal contributor to it. And if they are having real-time information, they'll be very, very supportive in terms of bringing education forward. And then, of course, principal. Principal is wearing so many hats, right? And it's not only about the academics things. Today, principals are also having a lot of administrative, tasks which they have to perform. So if they are having something which is there with them, which is ready, which gives them, right information at right point of time, they're able to take decision based on that. So these are the few challenges which our stakeholders are facing. I would like to tell you that we are addressing all these challenges through 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲. So we have, for teachers, we have created a community which actually talks about collaborative learning, whereby all the teachers of the 60,000 schools world over who are using 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 as a platform can actually interact with each other. They can also post their queries if they suppose if they are, whether it is English or math, science, whatever subject they are actually talking, if they need some remedial help probably, and they want some innovative way of solving some of the misconception of their class, they can reach out to this community, and this community will actually provide the materials of which they have created, and they share, and that's how collaborative learning comes. And this is an important part of NEP 2020 if you talk about. Right, with students, we are actually creating through this platform. We are able to address it by identifying the slow learners and fast learners. So we do not feel that there is any weak or strong child. There are slow learners and fast learners. And how we can actually create a pull-out group. By creating a pull-out group, we can actually address their differential need, and which is highly possible through the platform. With principals, it's like they want to make their school future ready, and they need to have all the programs which is running in their campuses. They need to have analytics and understanding. The one interesting fact about 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 is that we are already integrated with 200+ apps, but whatever you're running as a program in your school, we can integrate and give you single sign-on. So it's not like you have to sign on to every app for using it. You can come to 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲, you sign in with 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲, and then all the apps which you are using in your campus will be accessible to you. So this will solve a lot of your administrative challenge, right? Today, with students also, if you are running multiple products in your campus, then they will come back to you saying that the ID and password of this particular program is not working. So you have one person sitting dedicatedly, who is solving these queries, resetting the password, and kind of helping them. So this time-wasting activity, which is usually happening in the institution, can be managed through 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 with single sign-on. And of course, parents is getting real-time information, so they feel very, very engaged. They are participative in the upbringing of learning of the child, and they can have fruitful discussion with teachers when they are coming for PTMs, and otherwise if they are interacting. So as I mentioned that we have already integrated the 200+ app, which gives you an integrated solution. And we also have all the conferencing tool integrated with us. So in your school for conducting any online classes, if you want to use Microsoft Teams, if you want to use Google Meet, all these, if you want to use Zoom, all that is already integrated. We, as a LMS service provider, we also have our own conferencing tool, which is integrated, which can be used by the institution. Yeah, so with that, I'll take you to the demonstration. Yeah, so this is how our platform looks like. I don't know if any one of you have seen it, but this is how it looks like. We have an interface whereby you can access your course, you can access all the resources, and either it is being created by you, or if you have taken any resources from any of your vendor, can be seen and can be visible here. You can you can create your grade-wise courses by integrating assessment assignments, and even using open source like YouTube videos and other, and you can create a course here. I'll just give you one course which we have created in our sandbox, which is of history. So it talks about, it's a themes in Indian history, part 1, and this is a unit 1 which I'm going to show it to you. So you have an option like whereby you can add material, and through your own repository or through open source. And so here we have taken a YouTube video to explain the archaeology. And again, while going down, you can see that we have created a discussion on it. So we have shown a video to a child. After seeing a video, child has certain learning. We have created a discussion group whereby child is actually talking to each other about what they have seen in the video. Then we have created an assignment, which is there. After seeing the assignment, we also can conduct online remedial classes. So based on the result of assignment, how the child is actually coping up with the subject, we can decide to call for remedial classes, and we can do it through our online conferencing tool. We can, after that, there are an assessment. There are multiple, templates of assessment. You can have drag and drop, and multiple, ways you can create an assessment. And post creating an assessment, you can also have, your book PDF pages. If it is already in PDF, you can post here. And if you want to create some of the references for kids, you can post here, and they can see it. We also have given an access code to the child if you want that some other group child can also be part of this particular course. So you can provide that access code, and he will be part of this particular course which is running in the class. Yeah. There is some, we have various features and functionalities. I cannot touch upon all of them because of, the time limitation. But I would also like to talk to you about the concept mastery. So how a child can actually achieve concept mastery, and how you can actually define learning objective using Schoology. So we feel that if you otherwise as a practice you must be defining some or other objective which your child should learn from your lesson. So once you define it, we also can actually in metrics we can assess it, and based on that we can understand at what level my class is, whether they have achieved the concept mastery and they have not achieved the concept mastery. So this is one of the learning objective we are showing. If you can click on one learning. Yeah. So this is a learning objective which the teacher has defined, and there are total 24 students who have actually taken this particular learning objective, out of which 22 are still in approaching stage, and 2 are in meeting stage. So they have met the objective here. So that kind of report teacher can get to see, and based on that they can plan for relevant intervention. I would like to talk about a public group. Yeah. Since resources, I can talk to you about when I was having my initial pitch. I was mentioning about 60,000 school teachers can collaborate on our platform. That is highly possible using resources. If you look at so one of the lesson which is already being created by Eric, which is a grammar lesson, and this lesson can be shared with all the teachers who are actually willing to use this resource for their grammar teaching. And if in particular if you have any misconception, or if anything which has not been able to address by the teacher to the students, they can reach out to this group, and remediation can be shared with you if anybody in the group has prepared for it. Yeah. With that, I'll show you the App Center. So we have already 200 plus apps which are integrated with the platform. As I mentioned that if you're using any other app which is not listed here, you can integrate it, and we will help you integrate in your Schoology experience. With that, there are apps which are open source, which are free. There are other apps which are where we have done a tie-up, which are very, very effective apps which can be used for kids learning or paid basis. So you can, depending upon what kind of app you want to use, you can subscribe for it, right? And I think this is, this is about Schoology demo. I'm very sorry if in the beginning we were having this technical glitch. Though my team is there, they are there on the stall, and if you need to know, if you want to know more about, Schoology as a platform, you can reach out to our stall. You do definitely drop in your details to us. We will reach out to you in your campuses, give you the full demonstration. We also have an opportunity whereby we can show you running this program live for 15-20 days in your campus, and you can experience it, and based on that you can decide. Thanks for your time. It's really wonderful to have, looking at such a full house. And this talks about that everyone is very, very interested or, motivated towards making or taking education forward. Thank you.
That was indeed a powerful impact and high performance for all of us. Too much for Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh's calling. I do understand the time constraint here. Well, we want you to please stay back, sir. Now I call upon Dr. 𝗙𝗶𝗸𝗲, sir, to please come here. Dr. 𝗙𝗶𝗸𝗲, sir, who is a digital brand ambassador and a chairman of Vision Digital India, Vice Chancellor, Global Digital University, USA.